Hello, it's Fran Davidson, psychicandenergywork.com.au, and this is part 4 of my monthly observations for July 2025. If you wish, you can go through to the website psychicandenergywork.com.au to the monthly observations page. In the last major section, I outline July's reality numbers. The reality number in numerology tells us the end states that we're due in the cycle in question to end up in, whether they are perceptual states, whether they're physical states, energetic, intuitive states. So this month we see 21.3 as it presents every July, but we also see a 2149, which reduces to 7, but it also passes through 16 on its way to 7. 16.7 is a very karmic number. It's a very rebalancing number. And therefore it can be a time when the universe helps us realign, helps us rebalance. If I give you an analogy, it's a moment when the universe, knowing that we need to be ending up at point X, stretches out its invisible hands and slightly guides us back onto the track wherever we were sort of deviating. Just excuse me, I have a little friend who's coming in to add value. Anyway, on the website, I've talked about the fact that the reality numbers this month may well help you come into your own to the next degree. Implicit in that is the need to get in touch with your essence, honour your uniqueness, be the you're really here to be. And implicit in all of that is the dare to let go of all rules, all models, all ethics, all customs, not because those things don't add value and can't add value, but you see, what we know always on one level can keep us very subtly stuck. Life is forever trying to show us ways to become more ourselves and therefore to fulfill our paths exactly as we're here to. Often that can be a place of not knowing what we're here for, not being 100% sure about what's going to happen if we step this way or that. And yet that's the dare, isn't it? Because spiritually, energetically, things only unfold in the physical once we've made our step, be it a perceptual step, be it a piece of knowledge. Oh, I get that now, I've got that insight step, or whether it's actually a physical act or response to something. Structure on any level helps us create certainty. It helps us, of course, guide ourselves along our path. There's nothing better than a couple of rails on each side guiding us and keeping us within satisfactory limits. And yet sometimes, for example, this month, we can be asked to release those fence lines. That can feel like a very scary adventure. But egoic self only balks at such things because it forgets all that it's gathered that is wisdom so far. If you're half well aligned, if you are well enough connected on a spiritual level, in other words, you know what, you're focusing the right way, you're receiving the right level of guidance, you're just being a good person and that's one of your objectives, yeah? If you're doing that half well, life will do the other part of the work for you, not because you're being encouraged to become a couch potato, but the universe never stops guiding your intuition, even if you haven't really got in connection with it yet. It's there. You'll always have a little voice going, you know what, maybe not that way, maybe this way, maybe you should, maybe you shouldn't. So in a sense, again, as logical beings, as we grow, we can start to dial into the world of thought, the world of model, shoulds. This is the way you do it. This is the way success happens. All of those sorts of things, a little too much. And I'd argue we all do this from time to time. So every so often, like this July, it can pay to release those models, to release your rules. I've already said that. Why am I repeating? Because in a sense, those dynamics can play on a very subtle level in our release work. We can release and feel energetically clear, and yet there is still a level of channeling, a level of corralling. Yeah, what I mean by that, a level of, yeah, right, you're clear, but you're still going this way. This is still the way that you have to approach things. Often by using, shall we say, the affirmation of I release all model, I release all fence lines, I release all shoulds, I release all rules, methods, approaches, customs. None of those words need to include in them the development of a disrespect or a devaluing of any of those constructs. But you see, the universe at times, again, asks us to get fully clear of where we've been, not as a state of rejecting, but as a place of discovering next what can occur, what we need to know, and what we can be. Authentic self doesn't have to try. It doesn't have to sell. It doesn't have to present in a particular way, on a particular platform, with a particular sort of look. It just has to be itself. This month, July 2025, could be very much about that on one level or another for you or those around you. What that means then is, again, in your release work, also let go of all pushing, all striving, all affirmation or narrative that seems to set you up with the need to push, the need to somehow be more than you are. We only need to be more than we are when we don't understand flow, when we don't understand that, you know what, part of what we're here to do is receive, not just to make happen. There's nothing wrong with the latter, but there's a whole hell of goodness and, more importantly, a whole lot of manifesting that can go on when we're really good at the former, receiving. So don't be surprised if July helps you tap into these things more. How can you dare to become yourself to that next degree, especially if you're feeling a bit wobbly about it, especially if it feels like that might be a bit too vulnerable as a public step? Just try it in small stages. None of your spiritual development, none of your what could be called spiritual coming out, authentic coming out, needs to be a scary place. Yeah, right, sometimes it can have a few nerves in it, but really, it's a place that always feels good. It's a place that can always be and will always be confirmed if we just dare to give a little bit of a try. We take one step in the direction we now need to move in. We let go just a little of the stuff that we know we need to release from now, be it of our own or somebody else's making. We manifest second by second. Life will meet us at every point of that development and unfolding, assuming that we just take small steps, give it a go, test it in safety, and allow life to prove, as in show us, whether we're going the right way or not. So dare to become the authentic you more this month. Dare to come out as the you who, you know what, I'm okay. 1, I'll bounce. 2, I learn from any mistake I make. 3, there's always somebody around who can help me, who I can ask for help, or who might even guide me through their response to what I'm doing. And of course, that always happens. So there is nothing to fear. There's certainly no need to fear you. Enjoy this month. Use time, use breath, use silence, use space to get in touch with you, to hear you, to sense what you need to do with you, and then to brainstorm how you might go about that in a safe, respectful, and powerfully affirming way. Thanks for tuning in. If you need a hand with anything thing on any level, give us a call. And obviously, tune in to my monthly my monthly update for July, which will happen around about the 16th of this month. And you can access through my website or my YouTube channel, psychicandenergywork.com.au. Travel well. Thanks again. All the very